Hello, improv class. I'm making this at 2 a.m. because I'm very good with managing my time. So the story we're going to talk about today is me climbing the ranks of a little group that I like to talk about called Telecasters, and how I overcame something that I didn't think I could do, which was hold a leadership position. So throughout high school, I was involved in a lot of clubs, theater, political debate, among others, and I never saw myself as a leader in any of those groups, more just a sheep in the herd, which of course is not a bad thing. However, I did not think that I had the qualities necessary to become a leader in one of these clubs, because I felt as though I couldn't handle the responsibility of being that person everyone looks up to. And the thing is, I definitely wanted to be that person because I do love to educate others and help them become better at their craft that I enjoy, because then I love to see them grow in whatever they do. So when I came to MSU, I saw an opportunity with Telecasters, which, if you don't know, is a network slash program on MSU campus where students, usually of media and information, but anyone, can get together and produce parody television. For example, there's a show called Sideshow that is a parody of SNL that is made by students on campus. Hopefully that makes sense. So I saw an opportunity with these shows there was a pretty standard, rising in rank platform that they had. You could start off in a show as just like any position, a gaffer, editor, writer, whatnot, and then you could become a producer. And the producer of the show held a leadership position that was coveted. You basically ran the show with usually one other person working as your co-producer, and it required a lot of work and a lot of talent, a lot of dedication to whatever show you were on. So for my freshman year of college, I was really learning kind of how everything worked and how college life worked. So I didn't want to push myself too hard, but I saw a great opportunity within the Beaumont Bulletin, which is a parody news show much like The Daily Show or The Colbert Report, and I absolutely loved it. I worked mostly as a writer and an actor on that show. I met a bunch of my friends that I currently have on that show as well, and I started to develop a deep passion for the work that we did on that show. I've said show so many times, I apologize. So the opportunity presented itself to me about halfway through the second semester, when the current producer of that show offered up her position as producer to anyone who wanted to apply. So I submitted my application for it, and I did about a 10-minute interview with her and discussed my passions. I didn't have too much of a resume at this point because I wasn't as accomplished as I am now. That sounds really just patting myself on the back, but anyway. So luckily, by the grace of God, she decided that I would, for some reason, be a good producer, and I was handed the cap that she was giving away, and I was labeled the Beaumont Bulletin producer, which was terrifying, because for the first time in my entire life, I had a leadership position over a group of people. Now, this didn't take effect until the beginning of this sophomore year, so I had an entire summer to think about it. And I drafted up a plan, how we were going to get people, what kind of videos we were going to do, how I was going to lead meetings and whatnot. And it's gone better than I could have ever imagined. We had a massive surge of people come into the group. When the producer before me was doing the group, it was about 7 people. Now it is up to about 22. So my ability to lead a large group of people was definitely tested. And there were a lot of bumps along the road, a lot of stuff that I did not think I could surmount. We had cancellations of massive projects. We had to deal with adults that did not necessarily enjoy our club and didn't want any part of it, but yet they controlled how we worked. So it was really difficult. I had to suck up to them a lot. But in the end, even though unfortunately my time was cut short with the group, I think I can definitely look back at it as a positive experience, and a difficult one, but one that I'm glad I've overcome. And as of recently, I've actually been offered an executive producer position over all of Telecasters, which means that I would be in control and / producing all 6 of the shows instead of just one. So yet another challenge lies on the horizon for me, and I'm very excited to